Good.
Got it. Okay, great. So the only thing really wanted to add to Katie's comments is just that the idea of this version was several things. And I think you can read about that in the release notes, but just to say it out loud here, was to simplify the environment. So we went to the cloud. We will no longer need a hosted AWS environment for this. So it's greatly simplifies it. We've removed the cube structures, which were there before, to essentially populate the custom and some of the standard report views. So those are no longer there. So we're going direct from database to cloud. The idea was to improve performance, to simplify the environment, and also to remove a lot of what we had, which were legacy calculations and custom fields and things of the sort that were in the old version of Tableau Cloud, of Tableau, let's call it client, the old version. So the idea was to simplify, get back to sort of base zero. And then now we are working on, as some of you know, adding in the features that everyone is asking for that they actually need, not all the things that were there that people weren't using or that they didn't really need. So it was to kind of clean the slate, improve performance, simplify, and then go forward from here on this new platform. And I think we've accomplished all of that, but we have to now go back and add back in a few things that were sort of, let's not say removed, but that were parked temporarily while we go through this transition and get to that ultimate version that will be what everybody needs. So with
Thank you,
that,
David.
yep,
Yes,
sure.
that was
With that,
that was a good overview.
great. And
Any
with that,
questions?
yeah,
Oh,
if there's any
you keep
questions,
wanting to
right?
pass it.
Yeah, no,
Any questions
sorry.
for David? Shout out now before we pass it over to Vamsi. Okay. All right, Vamsi,
Thanks.
it's all yours.
All right. Can you guys hear me properly?
You could be a little bit louder, and just so
Okay.
everyone know, I'm getting an internet unstable, so I'm going to turn off my video
Sure.
just to make sure I don't lose the call.
So let me share my screen and start rolling on. Thanks, Dave, for that quick overview. Let me introduce myself. So myself, I'm Vamsi, working at HBI as a software engineer, and I will be supporting this application, as you all know. And going with the introduction of this product and the changes that we made, like with this release, we have implemented a range of updates that extend beyond data and naming conventions. Also, performance improvements have been a primary focus to enhance the user experience and dashboard responsiveness. So, and moving forward, we are strictly adhering to GIA and Rhode Island guidelines, ensuring that our data naming and grouping align with industry standards. Also, one quick thing that we want to make sure and let the users know is to enable the third-party cookies. So I think that's a Tableau Cloud protocol to enable the third-party cookies in their browser to ensure the dashboards render correctly. I think the third parties cook the I think the detailed view of how you need to enable the third-party cookies have been screenshot and kept in the quick overview notes in the Tableau Cloud here for all the. Sorry, I think I've been so here I take a quick screenshot for different browsers how to enable the third-party cookies if you are not aware of it. Coming back to the key updates and enhancements that we made across the dashboards. First, let me go to the exploited future trends. So as part of this release, we started using the Tableau Cloud formula to predict the counts of the future 2 years. And the updated forecast dashboard now allows users to view all encounter type simultaneously. So previously they were segmented, requiring multiple views to gain all full picture. So previously you used to select each encounter type individually and then wait for the page to load. So this, as part of this release, this enhancement provides a comprehensive overview of trends across various encounter types, allowing users to more quickly identify patterns and anomalies. Also, we added the data points here right in the graph. This makes users to view all data points and no need to hover to view the counts for each and respective year. And coming to the visualization dashboards that we made, enhancements as part of this release, or we have significantly improved the visualization reports to provide better year-over-year comparisons and data points for each year. As I mentioned previously in the market share dashboard, data points for each year have been added to trend lines, making it easier to spot changes and growth over time. Also, the filter now to select the top hospitals has been now changed to the left right corner. Previously it used to be on the general filter section, is now moved to the left bottom corner. And the responsive time of this dashboard has been increased drastically. So as you see, the response time of this dashboard previously takes like sometimes even like couple of minutes. It just now takes only like couple of seconds to load these dashboards. And also, as you all aware, the small cell separation is been incorporated into the pre-built dashboards. So to maintain data confidentiality and meet privacy standards, we have implemented small cell separation in all pre-built dashboards. So this means hospitals with fewer than 11 cases will display as 0 to protect patient identity. Uh, like when users hover these suppressed data points, a message will indicate saying that it's a small cell suppressed. So this aligns with HIPAA standards and ensures that sensitive data remains secure. Let me show you a quick example of how it's showing the small cell suppression in this dashboard. I'm just picking some random filter values to show you how the small cell suppression message is displayed on the dashboard. So here is a quick example of how it's been showing. So I think these are. No, let me show. These are actual zeros, I guess. As you also see, the responsiveness of the filters are increased a lot as part of this migration to the Tableau Cloud. I'm just trying to show you, So I'm just trying to show you how the small cell suppression message is being displayed on the hover. And if it is small cell suppressed, we'll show its small cell suppression. If it's actual 0, we will not show the small cell suppression message, so that you can differentiate between the small cell suppressed values and actual zeros. And also as part of this release, we introduced new filters. As you see, we don't have this MDC filter in the previous version, where it used to be service line. That's a HBI defined service line previously, and now we started following the standards of GIA and Rhode Island, and replaced the service line with the MDC. And this is also the, instead of having the individual ICD code values and ICD group values, we as part of this release, we introduce ICDDX body system, ICDDX clinical category. So these are at the higher level, instead of showing the individual codes. As you know, ICD-10 codes are having like more than 10,000 codes, and we can't display each and every, and it's not user friendly to filter the values based on the codes. So the main reason we introduced this body system and clinical category filters as part of this release is for the better user experience. And coming to the demographics, patient origin visualization. So we carried over the same thing that we data points showing each and every year, and additionally, so previously the map only shows the values that are being filtered here, the number of values that you've been selected. Right now, additionally, the maps within these reports have been updated to show statewide values regardless of the number of hospitals selected. So this is particularly helpful for users analyzing large regions or navigating down to specific zip codes. So you can just hover to whatever the region that you are looking for, and then you can quickly see the market share percentage and the market discharges for that zip code. And you can always filter by based on the fiscal year. Right now it's showing the distribution counts from 2017 to 2023, and this can be always filtered using the fiscal year filter. And the next thing that visualization, yeah. So previously we used to have only the DRG name. Right now we introduced MDC category also. So that's a group, one group ahead of the DRG, where you can see this volume spread across this individual DRGs and MDC in this pre-built dashboards. And also the hospital affiliation names and site names have been updated based on the CHIA guidelines, where you now see the site name. Like previously we used to have hospital system and hospital names as an different like filters. Right now we changed it to hospital site and hospital affiliation, and these are the latest hospital names and site names that we got from chia. So there is continuous updates that been made on these filters based on the chia guidelines whenever we receive some new hospitals or new sites. So next, coming to the performance and variation. So we increase the performance of responsiveness of this dashboard quite a bit. And so now users can now filter the performance and variation dashboard based on the fiscal year, and the trend graph always shows the trend from 2017 to 2023. That's the data available right now in the MHDC Spotlight. And also, if you want to quickly compare with your anchor hospital, and then you can quickly compare the hospitals, like let's say Boston Children's Hospital, you can always do the comparison here across across different hospitals in this dashboard. So we have a performance variation for inpatient and ED separate, as we have it in our previous version, but with increased responsiveness of this page. And coming to the custom dashboard enhancements, we did quite changes to this custom dashboard enhancements. We introduced a new folder structure and additional custom dashboard columns to further enhance usability. We have implemented a new folder structure in this custom dashboard designed to standardize organization and improve user understanding. And also, as part of this release, like we kind of eliminate all HBA calculator fields that we used to have before, and this is to enhance system efficiency and accuracy. We have removed the HBA calculated fields, and however, we'll work with MHDC to recreate few of the columns that you think that are necessary for your analysis. We can always try to incorporate into our new dashboard. And so diagnosis priority feature has been introduced. So we have this priority order has been introduced as part of this release. So previously, for filtering the data using a diagnosis codes, will be a quite was quite challenging, because it we have to filter based on the category first and then show only relevant values for those category. Right now, if you can load all the diagnosis codes into the dashboard, like, let me show you an example. How fast this dashboard is. Like, you can filter all the diagnosis codes, or you can show all the diagnosis codes in the dashboard. And so I think these are procedure codes, sorry. Yeah, so these are procedure codes. Like, you can filter all these procedure codes, and then on to which order these were. Also, you can see how many times this particular procedure code has been identified to the encounter, to which priority also can be viewed in this new version of the dashboard. And we introduced some new filters in the standardized filters folder. We have Hispanic flag, homeless flag, and the severity score. That's only for the emergency department encounters, and the inpatient mortality has been introduced as part of this release. And all the standard hierarchies have been moved into the standard hierarchies folder. And the medical and surgical flag now follows the CMS DRG rule. So previously, we used to calculate it based on the DRG values, but right now we are using it the standard values that DRG table provides us. Based on that, we can define the medical and surgical values of the and like how many encounters have been following the medical or surgical, following the chia guidelines. And also, same follows in the pre-built dashboard filters. Like I mentioned earlier, you can either filter based on the clinical category or clinical body system, or you can filter based on the individual ICD codes, like I showed you before here in the relation encounter tables. And also, one more enhancement that we made as part of this release is when you download from the pre-built dashboards, how you if there is any small cell suppressed value, we explicitly show that it's a small cell suppressed, instead of just showing it as blank, or instead of showing it as 0. So, like, these are the main enhancements that we introduced as part of this release. And to add uh, more into this one, you might see a slight increase in the variance of the overall encounters, is because in the previous version of the ETL, I would say, we kind of joined our source table with the lookup, like zip codes or hospital names, which we think for the cube structure, these are the mandatory fields. But in the new version, if we have any unknowns that we came across in the source data, we still process the data and show it as unknown in the new version. So that's why you will see a slight increase in the variance of this dashboard. And um, also, I'm not sure, like, how many of you are aware of this cancer flag we introduced this last year. Like, getting the guidelines from the Dana Faber. So we have introduced this cancer flags last year, where users can see how many times the cancer has been identified, like to which priority this cancer codes have been identified, is now been filtered and showed in the dashboard. And also, they provided us the cancer category service lines, where you can view the data based on the cancer category service lines. And the difference that we have on the new cancer lines is we follow the uh, distribution to show based on the service lines, but not based on the encounter. This is one quick change that we wanted to revert back, because this is one-to-many relationship, as you see here. This is one-to-many relationship. The same encounter can be applied to the breast cancer or any other cancer that we show, skin cancer, and we show it twice in the current version of this dashboard. And we wanted to go back to the previous version, showing only once that occurs first based on the priority. And so, like, these are the high level changes that we made as part of this release and migration to the Tableau Cloud. And if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Bamsi, I know, and you might have said this at the top, but I didn't catch it if you did. But I think everybody has gotten in and not an issue. But if you do have issues accessing it, make sure that you have enabled third-party cookies. So if you have anybody on your team that's having issues, we've discovered that that's can be a stumbling block for trying to get in.
I think we have one user who find it difficulty to log into the MHDC Spotlight, but I'm not sure if it's resolved or not.
Mm.
Like I mentioned before, all these changes and notes have been documented here in this news release notes,
Right.
and also how they can enable the third party cookies have been taken a screenshot for each browser individually here.
That's nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
So have William, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think I'm that user that was experiencing issues. So so my issue is really based because of our VPN kind of software. I think was kind of blocking some capabilities of Spotlight. You know, I have since reached out. You know, Katie, you had asked me
Yeah.
so I did finally follow up with our IT department, and so they haven't resolved the issue yet. You know, so I think they were still looking into it. You know, so if I'm going from server to cloud, because I think, as I mentioned in my email, our own IT team uses Tableau and they use Tableau server, and I never have any problems, you know, accessing their reports. So there's something with the change on the cloud that the VPN doesn't like, you know, so I can log in, but I can't see anything in it. So hopefully they'll figure out what's happening. It's not a cookie issue, because I definitely have followed the steps that Vamsi has outlined for me. So it's not that, you know, there's something else that the VPN does not like. So. But I can still work around it by just not, you know, logging in through the VPN and just use Spotlight on my regular computer, and I'm fine. I can access it fine. So it's a good workaround for now.
So, Bill, this is like when you're working from home or you're away
Correct.
from
Yes.
a local area network. You have to go through a VPN, and that's when you get this problem.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So if anyone that's working from home, they set up a kind of a remote access, you know, so we can still get onto our network, but we have to use the VPN software. They migrated to Global Protect recently, so I don't know if Global Protect is affecting it. Yeah, if it would have worked prior to Global Protect, I don't know, but yeah, so that's kind of the process now. But if I don't ignore going through my remote machine, use my regular home computer, it's fine. So it's, you know, so it's definitely something with that VPN connection.
I think and Dave had to jump off early for another appointment, but as he was explaining it, he definitely felt it was on the firewall side on your end, just because of security reasons with the VPN and the data and Spotlight and all that stuff. So
we should be able to. I think if your IT team looks at it and identifies that this is being blocked by the VPN, and we need to, you know, make some configuration change to support your VPN, or we need to provide you information that you can use to configure your VPN, please let us know, because that may require us talking to each other to make it work.
Okay. Thank you.
Certainly. I want to say too, echoing Lauren's sentiments, this is so much faster. I mean, I've been with Spotlight since the beginning, and I've seen it be pretty slow on queries when people are looking for like a single ICD code. And now it's just it's night and day. So I commend you know, Jackie and Vamsi and the HBI team, along with Lauren and Janice, for, you know, giving this a major boost. Works a lot better.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier to use now, and faster to use. I do have a quick question for Vamsi when he was explaining the MedSurg flag. I didn't totally catch where the sourcing is or what it's aligned with. Can you reiterate that?
The medical and surgical.
Yes.
So we are getting it from the DRG table. I think we
It's under source data, I think, under
Right.
quick links. At least that's, I think, where I saw it last. No?
Yeah, I think we added this in one of the Spotlight updates. How we ended this one. Sorry. Is it in our release notes?
I don't think it is, but
Yeah. Sorry, I don't. I don't have that. Like, remember on top of my head, but I can look through and get back to you on this one.
Yeah, no worries.
William, you have your hand up.
Sorry, I never lowered it. I apologize.
Oh, okay.
But I'll get back to you with the source where we are reading this medical and surgical flex. Sorry.
Okay, no worries.
That's
Thank you so
okay.
much.
I think one of the things I noticed too is the landing page, Vamsi, if you go back to the landing page for Spotlight, I think this is a big improvement. This is, more up-to-date information about how the system is organized. And I like the fact that we have the data updates in the top left corner, knowing especially that we're up to date with the latest releases across the state. So that's good. That's good to see. We should be getting new Lounge data fairly soon, isn't that right? Is that happening?
I think there are no changes for this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
when I reached out, that's what I was told as well.
Based on Carisa's last email, they were not expecting any changes for this year, especially for now.
Did Lauren, I know what I sent in the email, but did it make sense? Do you have any follow-up questions for Vamsi based on that?
No, that all made sense. Thanks for that.
Good. Good. Okay. Any other questions? We can give you some time back, but we can also run some samples, custom reporting if you want something specific pulled up, if you want to see Vamsi the wizard pull it together. This is your time. And we want to support you in being successful in your strategic research.
Thanks for articulating that. I think we'll follow up if anything comes up. Right now, I don't have anything to ask for.
No worries. Okay, well, Vamsi, have anything else that you want to add, or?
No, I will get back to Anna and Lauren regarding the medical and surgical values filter that we are reading it from.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you
So much.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.